All right, I'm doing this from the passenger seat this time. One of the things that's been on my mind lately is just truth in general. Truth shall set you free. Have you ever heard that? If you haven't, then you've been living in a cave somewhere. There are so many things in this life that, people just, I don't know, feel like that they need to make something up or try to cover up or lie about blatantly. And I think that if you just, I don't know, the truth shall set you free. There's a reason that saying is so popular. There's a reason that makes sense. And that's because when you're living with honesty, when you're living purely that way, then you don't have a fog or a guilt, which is essentially, to me, that guilt is like our inward like guidance system that God gave us. If we feel guilty about something, then there's probably a reason. Now that doesn't mean that there's always a good reason for that. We could have learned something that just doesn't make sense and we feel guilty about something that doesn't make sense. That's not what I'm talking about. And some people don't feel guilty at all for lying, which could probably use a little bit of help, but it still does have a huge effect on you. And the effect is that it weighs heavy on your heart. It weighs heavy in your brain. It affects your relationships. You have a hard time looking people in the eye thereafter. You can't be pure. You can't be sincere. You can't have the kind of love that you can without it. What I found is there's almost no reason to lie ever. You can always find a way to go around something. If somebody asks you something blatantly and you just don't want to tell them, you can just say, hey, I'd rather not talk about that. At this point, I can't take off the glasses. My wife is asking me to take off the glasses, but...
Well, and also you may not... There may be people saying, I don't lie, I don't feel guilt.
Yeah, I don't lie, I don't feel guilt.
If it's been...
Here, let's go ahead, Stephanie.
If it's been a part of you so long and it's a habitual habit, you're comfortable in it, so other signs to recognize of what guilt are, when you can't look someone in the eye, when you can't speak immediately and respond, you have to stop and think about it, stay protected, because you have to come up with your own, an invalid answer. You have to get layered and detailed and complicated with your answer. That's a good sign to know you're lying or not living the truth.
Not to mention, when you lie, you actually have to remember your lie. And that gets kind of hard if you're lying a lot.
Then your brain and heart's busy with that.
And you're busy. You're not. If you tell the truth, you never have to try to remember what the truth is, because that's what you did. That's what happened. That's what it is. But again, back to being honest, or finding a way around. Sometimes it's none of somebody's business. If they ask you a question, you can very simply just say, I'd rather not disclose that information. I'd rather not talk about that. If you want to be more frank, you can say, I don't think that's any of your business, and you still don't have to lie. If somebody invites you to a party, you don't have to make up a reason why you can't go to that party. If you don't want to go, you can just say, hey, I'm not going to be able to make it, or that party is not going to, I'm not going to make the party. You don't have to give them an explanation. You can leave it at that. If they say, well, why not? Why aren't you going to make it? Well, I've got other things that I need to do, or I'd rather do, or whatever. You don't have to lie. You don't have to say, well, my kid's sick. That's just BS. Well, how's your kid now 2 months later? And you're like, what are you talking about? Well, you missed my party because your kid was sick. You're like, oh, yeah. And that stuff follows you around, and it builds on itself. And have you ever heard of karma? Well, I believe that karma is real. And when you lie, you're setting out bad in this universe, and bad will come back to you. When you tell the truth, you set out good, and good will come back to you. There's no way in my experience, no other way about it. Anything else to add?
And if you live in that way, if you happen to have children or just neighbors, friends, and family, what a great example to only live by that. Then I think that spreads truth to other people because they see how free and confident and fabulous and pure it does feel. You'll exude that, reflect that upon the universe, which only creates good for the universe. So you're already doing your godly job in one area by simply just saying the truth, which is very, very easy. Once you start, it's very free, almost like a high. Feels good. It's right.
You can't go wrong by doing right. Make it a great day, friends. Matter of fact, make it your best day ever. Thanks for watching. Please like and share, and watch more of our videos at www.gameoflifetraining.com. Thanks, and have the best day ever.